Hello everyone, thank you for taking the time to learn more about this important topic, increasing family and caregiver engagement with the use of virtual tools. Although I've been working in education for over 15 years, most of that work has not resided under district level K-12 instruction. My education background has been through nonprofit government work and outreach program management. Currently, I work at the Texas Education Agency, supporting school districts in the development of an instructional framework that emphasizes the adoption of high-quality instructional materials, rooted in research-based instructional strategies. With this work, I found that many districts lacked buy-in from families on the instructional materials they choose to adopt. These districts struggled to engage families and lacked the tools and resources to do so. It is this problem that I set out to more deeply understand and look for creative strategies for districts to adopt to more deeply engage the family unit. To address this problem, we must first look at those who have gone before us and look to the research that has been published around family and caregiver engagement. What are experts in this field saying about this topic, and how can we learn from them? Caregiver engagement and the positive effects it has on student outcomes is well researched. However, outcomes vary with the quantity and type of action taken. This is because caregiver engagement can take many forms, from attending parent-teacher conferences, responding to school emails and inquiries, helping their child with homework, or volunteering at their child's school. Caregiver engagement has been shown to prevent behavioral problems in the classroom, and it improves educational outcomes in both reading and mathematics. Social barriers that prevent caregiver engagement include linguistic differences between teachers and caregivers, cultural differences between caregivers and the school district, limited family resources such as time, transportation, or even equipment at home like virtual internet and computers. Caregivers with multiple children also struggle to balance school for everyone. It was found that without a clear pathway for caregiver-teacher communication, engagement drastically declines. On top of social barriers that prevent caregiver engagement, there's also barriers to technology designed to increase caregiver engagement. Those barriers include, but are not limited to, low-income families are less likely to use new technology. There's a lack of access to computers or broadband internet in the home. There's resistance to implementation of new technology from teachers and school leadership. And there's also a lack of training on how to use those new tools for teachers and leadership within the district. One of the barriers to caregiver engagement mentioned in previous research is the family unit's lack of technology resources. Providing family with better access to the school and its resource with the use of technology is the first step to fostering caregiver engagement. Many schools have attempted to rectify this issue by providing technological equipment and services to families at no charge to them. This is a large burden for a school district to undertake, as it often requires additional funds and approval from the School Board of Education. Some of the strategies found in research include one-to-one at schools, where every child in the school gets a computer, kiosks installed around the city that provide school information as well as Wi-Fi centers for families to access. School districts have also adopted providing internet to families directly and computers in the family home. Once a family has the technology and broadband access needed to engage with the school districts virtually, more specific technology software can be adopted with the aim to increase engagement. Some of those technology softwares include learning journals, school learning platforms designed to send out school events, and a large example is Seesaw, a product specifically designed to increase caregiver engagement. From requiring time for teachers, internalization, to paying for the software package rights, Many of these discussed educational softwares can come at a high cost to the district and can be a steep burden for teachers, administrators, and even the caregivers themselves. Some school districts have leveraged social media websites in addition to or in replacement of those technology programs. These social media sites include email and text messaging, virtual newsletters, Facebook, and Twitter. Though it may not provide an avenue for deeper engagement, it does create a convenient path for direct communication, and the platform is familiar to families. So where do we go next? What has the research told us? Some suggestions include that the general implications are that school administrators need to leverage multiple strategies, both directly in person and technological, in order to increase caregiver engagement. Some of the most impactful strategies with a low financial burden are increasing your virtual presence through social media, as well as creating face-to-face community time during hours that families are most available to attend. More research is needed to assess additional current approaches that aim to increase caregiver engagement, and new strategies need to be developed. How can we support districts now? We can develop workshops on the importance of whole family engagement aimed at district leaders and educators, which include strategies to increase engagement virtually. We can create trainings on how to use different engagement tools currently accessible by districts. We can create survey tools for districts to more deeply assess the needs of family around technological tools and adoption. And we can compile ongoing research, newly developed tools, and adopted strategies as a resource for district leaders and educators. From there, I have created an instructional design model, creating a training on how to use constant contact to more deeply engage families using the Alleigh model. The instructional design goal was that while at their desks, communication specialists for their local education agency will use the digital marketing tool Constant Contact to develop emails and a monthly newsletter campaign to share resources, events, and pertinent information to families of the students they serve. The campaigns will include the title of the resource or events, an image and description of the resource or events, and how to obtain this resource, either through a clickable hyperlink or contact information. I performed a front-end analysis where I assessed the learners that would be using this training. I interviewed 2 communication specialists who were excited to learn a new tool. Manager support was present, and time was allowed for the training and continued learning afterwards. The learning context is compatible and adaptable and relevant. Some of the constraints around productivity do exist to employees over socialization. I did a goal analysis, and it was for intellectual skills and the major steps that had to be performed in order to do this task. Here you can see the diagram of goal analysis steps, as well as the subordinate skills analysis as a sample from the select resources to share. Here you can see the performance objectives for each step across the training. And here you can see the assessment that is used, which is a rubric to grade how that content specialist was able to perform. It includes things along the lines of what type of resource they used, send test documents to work email, and any additional comments and notes. Here is the sequence and clustering of the objectives. And here is the formative evaluation that was used and suggestions for revisions when it came to after my trial run of the training. From there, I created a multimedia project. This project is a professional development workshop designed to be ran either asynchronously or synchronously, depending on the needs of the district or local education agency. Let's take a closer look at what this workshop includes. This professional development seminar focuses on engaging whole families in virtual learning spaces. The PD is aimed at K-12 educators, though it can be adapted for district and charter administrators. The goal is to help teachers better support family learning around virtual tools that students must use to succeed in the classroom. We cover research around the benefits of family engagement, especially in students' virtual spaces, as well as a family assessment tool I developed for teachers or district leaders to send out to families. This tool is used to deepen the understanding of the digital literacy landscape around the families they serve. Strategies to increase caregiver engagement in virtual learning spaces are also presented, as well as additional resources around that topic. To deepen the professional development, I also created additional trainings and compiled resources on the software application called Constant Contact, highlighted in my instructional design document. As I continue in my profession, I hope to utilize this project and build on it, demonstrating to district leaders the importance of family engagement, providing tools and resources that foster engagement, and continuously improve this work as I grow as an instructional designer. Let's take a closer look at this workshop. Here you can see the asynchronous workshop hosted on Nearpod. It has multiple interactive components. There is a collaboration board for learners to leave comments, ideas, ask and answer each other's questions, as well as links to outside research papers with strategies to increase family engagement. You can also see that each tile has been voiced over, so teachers can choose to listen or read at their own pace. It also includes an open-ended question to gain insight into my learners' understanding and ideas, and presents tools such as Flipgrid that teachers can use as an engagement tool on their own. There are videos that demonstrate active engagement and many other tools that have been incorporated to reach all types of learners. The highlight of this workshop is the family assessment survey I developed for educators and district leaders to gain insight into the needs of the families they serve around virtual engagement. This simple survey is meant to be sent out to families and asks questions around technology equipment access, technology culture in the home, and current technology application usage. In the workshop, I go over how to use this survey's data to make better informed decisions around adopted supports that will increase caregiver engagement. Along with the workshop, I developed a family engagement advocacy flyer. This can be used by me or district leaders to initiate the discussion around family engagement with teachers. This flyer educates on the importance of family engagement, promotes buy-in to tools that increase family engagement, and provides the tool that I mentioned earlier, which is that assessment survey. I also created an additional workshop that focuses on the use of constant contact. This workshop was developed directly from the work I did with my instructional design document that has been used to train new staff on the usage of this application. To the right is I also provide resources on learning constant contact through ThinkLink. This has been a review of my Capstone project. I want to thank every professor I have had during my work in this master's program. I have grown so much as an instructional designer, and I look forward. Thank you so much.